What's going on? It's Rich, here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, getting my mind ready for a little Seaquest action on the Atari 2600. Can this old man reclaim former glory and get a score that he once held as a young kid? And can he actually obtain the thing that he was looking for oh so many years ago? Well, I think it's time to find out in another episode of a show that I'd like to call
Before we really kick this off, let's talk a little bit about Seaquest of the Atari 2600 and about its creator, Stephen Cartwright. So, Seaquest's gameplay loop goes a little something like this. You, the player, uses a submarine to shoot enemy sharks and submarines, all while trying to rescue divers that appear on the screen. Pretty simple, right? Well, things start off pretty tame, but each stage gets more and more frantic as the speed of the enemies increase after each round. Not enough challenge? Oh yeah, I forgot. That sub, it's constantly running out of air, so you have to surface after a while to freshen up, or meet your end in the deep. But after a few more times up top, a patrol sub shows up just to make sure that that air you're trying to get gets a little harder to get to each time. It's that balance of fun, frenetic action, and slight moments of pause that really make this game great, in my opinion. And it's also really a good showcase of the game's designer, Stephen Cartwright. So Stephen, he started at Activision in 1982, where he joined his college classmate, David Crane, who some of you might know as the developer of another Activision great, Pitfall. Shortly after joining Activision, Cartwright got to work and developed some great titles such as Barnstorming and Mega Mania. Then it was time for Seaquest. While still at Activision, he went on to develop many more titles like Plague Attack, Frostbite, both of those for the Atari 2600, and then Hacker and Hacker 2 for the Atari 8-bit computers, the ST, and many other platforms including the ZX Spectrum and the Amiga. This was just the start for Cartwright, as he moved on from Activision in 1988 to Accolade, and then later in 1993 to Electronic Arts, where in both places he was instrumental in pushing various video game technologies forward. I'm just scratching the surface on his career in my research, but all that stuff is going to have to be another show.
Neptune challenges you to Seaquest by Activision. With the Atari 2600, behold, Seaquest. Your submarine must help stranded divers escape hungry sharks. Foolish mortals. Check your air supply and beware. Evil pirates abound. I think I hear your tiny divers calling out to you. Help. Help. Seaquest. Steve Cartwright does it again for Activision.
While I was growing up, I mostly only had the cartridges for all my 2600 and 7800 games. They were all neatly tucked away in a wooden holder that my dad had custom made. When it was time for some Atari action, I just sat down, grabbed a cart, plugged it in, and played. I never really had things like boxes for my games or instruction manuals, certainly not like I do now. So most of the time, I just played these games blind, so to speak, but I made do. However, I did have a few here and there. Now, I don't know what prompted me to read this one. I already knew how to play Seaquest for years at this point, but I opened up this manual and read it all one day. And to my surprise, I read something that mentioned something called the Sub Club. All I had to do was score over 50,000 points in this game, send a picture to Activision, and I was in. Well, I decided I was going to go for it, and I began practicing. I must have played for hours trying to get that score, getting really close sometimes, only to lose that last sub just inches short of the mark. But finally one day I did it. I hit the score, borrowed my mom's Polaroid camera, took a picture of that high score screen, then grabbed a piece of paper, wrote a quick thank you note, and mailed it off with the picture to the address that's right here on the last page of the manual. I was stoked. I did it. And then I waited. And I waited. And waited some more. Finally, after what seemed like forever, an envelope arrived. And as soon as I had it in my hands, I tore it open to read the letter inside. For dramatic purposes. It said something like this. Dear Richard, thanks for sending in this picture and achieving the high score in Seaquest. Awesome. But unfortunately, the sub club program has ended many years ago. Well, that was a bummer. I had stopped reading this devastating note by then, but basically the gist was, hey kid, thanks for playing, but we're out of patches, so no patch for you. My 12 to 13-year-old self was crushed at the news, but I never stopped playing Seaquest. And I love that game, and I still do now. So, why make this video? Because now, through the power of the internet, there's this. Inside the sealed envelope is what I've been looking for ever since that day. Now, it is still sealed because I figured I'd make it fun for myself. Maybe for you guys too. So can I, a much older Rich, crack that 50,000 point score threshold and earn the right to open this envelope and join the sub club? Well, enough talking about it. Let's play.
All right, guys, it's moment of truth time. It's me, my trusty 7800 controller, connected to a Retron 77 with a copy of Seaquest in there, doing HDMI capture to my laptop that's running OBS for this portion. So I did notice a couple things, just some side notes. The HDMI capture is inputting some kind of serious lag. I think I'm like down like 10 to 15 milliseconds from hand motion to screens. It's never a good time for Twitch kind of shooter. So we're going to see how this goes, but we're going to go for it anyway. I've had a little bit of practice, maybe a couple takes that didn't go so well. I do have another method of capture. It's just not really working for me right now because I have a 7800. I don't know, it's just giving me problems. Maybe it's a bad cap. I've heard some other people talking in the video game repair world that maybe that's what it is. So I got to get that looked at, or I don't know, maybe even pursue getting a modded 7800 that just has AV out, so I can do more capture for you guys. But anyway, we got this. We're ready, and we're gonna rock and roll. I hit this reset button here. All right, let's go. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's also like one of those things where I'm playing and I'm trying to talk to you guys too, to kind of keep it lively. So you guys, like just don't like see me just sitting there just going for this thing. That's never fun, right? Watching a stream, just somebody who's playing or whatever. I mean, I guess there is those people that like view those like super high score chaser guys that are playing. I guess they don't really talk that much either. But yeah, growing up, I used to love playing this game. I just sitting down in a little room that used to be the room that I it used to be my bedroom in the house I grew up in. Changed into a sitting room that connected the old part of the house to the new part of the house. My dad built an extension to put a master bedroom on there. You had to walk through that room to get to the master bedroom, so obviously wasn't viable as a bedroom anymore. So they made it a sitting room. There was an old TV in there, and my 2600, and then my 7800 when I got that, were hooked up in that room, which was really cool. But yeah, so it's also the only console I had from age 10 pick up a controller to age 15, when I finally got a job and the then privilege of working and paying for my own games, because my parents told me that the video games that I had, they were good enough. And even though I told them like so many times that I wanted a different console for Christmas or whatever, they kind of instilled like the, hey, like, this is one of those luxury items that you can work for, and it was cool because I actually appreciated that, because growing up, I mean, I got pretty good at some of these games, and it actually was like kind of a cool thing that my friends would come over sometimes and do like mini high score challenges with me at my house, because they didn't have these older consoles. They had a NES and a Super NES and the Genesis and like that kind of stuff. And we'd play like Street Fighter and Sonic, Mortal Kombat and Mario and all that fun stuff. But there's something about these old games, sitting around and just playing with your friends. It's like really, really fun. And obviously my friends and I both recognize that, because there's so many nights that we would just sit at my house, passing controllers back and forth, playing these games. It's really fun. So, as you might have noticed, in this game, every 10,000 points you get an extra life. So I've got some extra subs now, and that happens every 10,000. So hopefully we can keep this score train rolling and keep myself out of some bad scenarios. I started to get a little frenetic, as you also may have noticed that obviously more and more fish and subs appear on the screen. The top sub appears to kind of plague you. If he runs into you, that's a sub loss. And he always moves right to left, so you got to know that when he appears, he's going to be on the right, moving to the left. So you want to be, when you're surfacing, you kind of want to be on the leftmost side of the screen if he's already on the screen. And if he is on the screen and is moved too far to the left, then you want to be as far behind him as possible. Oh no, I might have surfaced too much. See, he's right there. He might get me. Ooh! Oh, that fish got me. But yeah, that was pretty wild. Can't believe I made it. I mean, I didn't really make it, but... So it's definitely starting to get a little frenetic now. Gotta get some air. Alright. Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but every time you surface, you reset the board, unless you die. So there's always that moment of like, do you surface because you need the air? Of course you do, because if you don't, you die. Gotta watch out for the sneaky fish. Sneaking fish. These guys will start firing at you, and everything's moving fast. So if you don't get in there real quick, you can really get in a world of hurt. Oh no! I missed it. This could be a good one. Yeah, also as everything goes on, everything starts earning you more scores. Each diver earns you more. Starting to get nervous because I'm close. I think this is it. Yes! Oh, I hit it. So I'm gonna keep playing until I die. But dude, that feels so good. I can't wait to open this. Can't wait to open that package. I've never seen one of those. Sub club patches in person. So it'll be a real treat to open it up and actually see it. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Oh, almost made it. All right, let's see. Oh, jeez. Now I'm so happy. I'm just making mistakes left and right. So as we go along, if you guys are interested, and you've stayed with me this long, and you're interested in seeing more of this stuff, I'd be happy to do other high score challenge kind of things. I actually have a couple already in mind for some of my other favorite Activision games that had the patch program. The next one I would really like to do is Chopper Command, because that was another game that was a super favorite of mine when I was growing up. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, obviously, hit me up in those comments. And then there's it, 64,000. But just needed 50, so I can open this up. I cannot wait to do that. So that's going to be coming next. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in seeing more of this kind of stuff, where I'm doing the score challenge and the patch stuff, let me know. And I also have some really cool ideas about the patch program, like a patch program or something cool related to high scores in regards to the Intellivision Amico that's coming out. I've got some really cool ideas. So if you like what you're seeing here, man, I cannot wait for that thing to come out too, because oh man, some good stuff is in the pipeline for sure. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and you're going to see me in a couple seconds. So, thanks for hanging out. And I made it. I did it. I hit the score. All right, cool. Anyway, cool. All right, see you. Woo! Hit the score, and now you guys know what time it is, all right? All right, let's put this down here. Grab the envelope. Sealy. Let's crack this bad boy open. So awesome. Finally hit the score. Dropping things all over the place. Oh, all right. Let's get into this thing. All right. Nothing else? All right, nothing else in the envelope? Alrighty. Let's check it out. Yeah. There it is, guys. There it is. I'll try to zoom in for you. It's the Sub Club patch. Put that right there for now. Just chill. Looks pretty cool. He's got the little diver. He's looking for treasure. Little does he know, he's going to have a submarine coming
rescue him, right? Well, I rescued you. That's awesome. So when you got these patches and you got them sent to you, they also sent you a letter. Not like the letter that I fake read where it says like, hey kid, you know, the program's over. But they did send a letter like this. Had the Activision logo on it. It said something like this. It said, Dear Activision Submariner, congratulations. You've conquered the high seas, sank the subs, rescued your divers, and scored more than 50,000 points in Stephen Cartwright's Seaquest. Captain Nemo, John Paul Jones, and Admiral Nimitz would be proud of you. You've earned your sea legs. In recognition of your seafaring savvy, we've enclosed your official sub-club emblem. That's this guy, this patch, right? So now, when you're around, the sharks will never go near the water. Yeah, because I'm gonna scare them away with my sub-club patch. That's hilarious though. It's pretty good. Your name will be added to our mailing list, and you'll receive Activision's, the newsletter that reports on new Activision game cartridges, our designers, special contests, and experiences of Activision fans like you all around the country. Thanks for writing to share your achievement with us. We hope you'll try for membership in one of our other clubs and write again. We'd like to hear from you. And then best regards, Jan Marcella, who was the membership chairman of the I guess all the clubs, or maybe just this club. I'm not sure. There's a website where you can actually go and see all these letters. I'll try to put that in the link in the description for you guys. And then it says, P.S. Be sure to read the heat seal instructions carefully on the reverse side of the patch. There actually is instructions on my patch there. And it says, like, you know, like test the garment, set the iron on polyester setting, remove the paper backing, place the emblem on the garment, and then they want you to cover it in wax or tin foil, and then apply pressure for approximately 10 seconds. And then I guess it's supposed to activate the adhesive so it sticks on whatever you're trying to put it on there. But I think this guy is gonna pop around somewhere or find its home on a shelf, or you know, whatever. If I get any more eventually, it might actually go like on I don't know, a sash or a lanyard or something like that I can wear around. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have this. It's pretty cool to get the score. It's pretty cool to share this letter with you guys, even though it's, you know, something you guys would print online. But that's pretty cool. It's neat. You're gonna scare the sharks away with this bad boy. That's pretty hilarious. But anyway, that's about it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys like the video and you want to see more of this content, be sure to, you know, do all the things, hit the likes, hit the subscribes, hit me up in the comments, please. I love talking with you guys and sharing all these experiences with you. And also, here's a homework assignment for you guys in the comments. So, you know, I'm excited about the Amico, right? I mentioned it during the gameplay, right? So, how many of you guys that got to the end of this video would like to see something like this, or something like this? Maybe not like this, because, you know, I don't know, I'm not gonna like sew patches or something like that, but something cool, community-based, community-driven, for high score stuff about the Amico. Like, you guys interested? I know some of you guys out there that might be watching these videos are Amico fans, but you know, if that's something that is going to interest you guys, you know, like I said, hit me up. I've got some really cool ideas. I mentioned it again when I was playing. I'm not kidding. I've got some cool stuff that might go along with some of those emails that you can get to print out your high score and, you know, put them in your frame or whatever. Some cool things. Maybe if you know, Pete or Chris or Jeremy or Mike or Anthium or any of you guys out there happen to get this far in the video, you know, throw it out in a mini topic on Amico All Access or something. Maybe I'll spill the beans. Wouldn't that be something, right? All right, guys. Well, until next time, take it easy, and may all your future scores be perfect. See you later, guys.
Excellent.
RTFC.baconicecream.com